Hello, guys. Everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Estefania.
I hope you are super today. Let's take advantage of this meeting to get to know each other. We have not been able to share space before, so I would like Ellie to tell us what you have been doing during this last year.
Time without saying them. I tell you that I have difficult moment. I have to study and work. I did not have a support for my education preparation, but thank you, my God, I released many courses of score, vigilant, and other more courses. Currently, I work for warehouseman and in the company Drummond study bachelor in English. A difference that now I have who motivates me to follow progressing. I also marry and I have three wonderful children. Natalia, tell me as
Hi.
I knew you were studying is true.
Okay. Hi, guys. I
I
will
Natalia.
Hi.
I will tell you about what I have been doing these last 5 years. Okay. I was studying two careers at the same time and work. Okay, I know it was a difficult experience, a hardcore experience. And I have been working as a assistant in a school with children with different conditions, okay? And uh, in this last year, with my family, has been planned or the first trip to Argentina. Thank you. Andres, tell me about you.
Hi, Natalia. Hi, guys. I'm happy to see you again. Okay, in my case, I tell you that in the last 5 years, I have been living in two places. First, in Pailitas, a town where I had worked as a salesman in a home appliance store. Then I have been living in Puerto Rico, Caquetá, where I have been working as a teacher in a primary school in a remote rural area. I began to study Licenciatura en Lenguas Extranjeras in the University in UNAD because I always want to be a teacher. At that time, a friend told me about a contest in Colombia for a teacher. So I decided to participate in a contest for teacher in Colombia. I was preparing for many months so I could participate in a contest. Thanks to God, I won the contest, and now I am working as a teacher in Puerto Rico, Caquetá. Really, it's an experience. It's an amazing experience, really. And you, Loren, how do you doing? Tell about your life in the last 5 years, please.
Hi. It's nice to see you again after so long. Well, 5 years ago, I was finishing my high school and planning my graduation. It was the moment I have been longing for. It was a very special moment for me and my parents. After so much study, I had also obtained a technical degree in administration. Uh, it was a wonderful day. That day, I went out to eat with my parents and celebrate. Mm, When I was in high school, I understood very easily the topics explained by the teacher. So from that moment, I had realized that I wanted to learn English. And when I finished studying, I had been looking for universities to learn English. When I was in high school, I had taken two English courses. So I already had some knowledge and I decided to continue expanding it. That is why after my graduation, I started studying at the Universidad Nacional Abierta y Distancia. And I have been studying very hard to be a competent teacher, you know, and to be able to have conversation with other people. In addition to this, a few years ago, I had been traveling every December to spend the new year with all my family. But since 2 years ago, I didn't travel again. Lastly, a few months ago, I had been speaking through an application called Tandem, where you can interact with native speakers, but it's a little difficult because people don't always respond to you. And I want to start conversation to improve my speaking, you know, but sometimes people aren't willing to talk to me. It's a difficult that. Estefania, what about you? What have you done?
Okay, well, my life have had different changes, and I have been several events that have developed my integrity. During this time, I had my first experience as a virtual English teacher, and I had never been through this before. At that time, I had considered myself a very lucky person because I had been able to experience the advances in training in virtual environments, and I had been working in a role of motivation and encouragement in learning with students. Well, an important event for me was the creation of my intensive makeup masterclass for 25 participants. They have been learning the basic techniques to start creating the first looks with professional results. It was an unforgettable experience. Well, please continue with the conversation. Ellie, please come on. Oh, what else?
I ask you, Andres,
Okay.
why have you decided to study English language?
Okay, since I was a child, I want to be a teacher. However, I had many difficulties to be able to study. For example, we didn't have money to go to university. So when I was able to get a job, I start studying at the university. I like meeting new peoples and cultures. That's why I choose to be an English teacher. Thanks to God, now I am a teacher. My goal is to be an English teacher. Uh, Natalia,
Hi.
first, I want to congratulate you for your effort. I think that it's not easy to study both careers. For that reason, my question for you is, how long time had you been studying both careers at the same time?
Okay. Well, in that process is a lasted about year, which was a very heavy. It was a very difficult experience. Okay, Estefania, tell me, how long has Estefania been teaching makeup?
Well, I have been teaching makeup since 2019, but before that, I had been doing makeup as a hobby. Well, after that, I had started studying with makeup experts to start teaching courses. But at that time, I had done an intensive makeup course for 4 days, and each day lasted 12 continuous hours. Therefore, I felt that I had prepared myself well to start teaching classes to other women. Well, furthermore, when Loren had mentioned the Tandem app, I found the dynamic very interesting. Loren, tell me, who had you recommended that Tandem app to you?
Well, it was recommended to me by a college classmate who also wanted to improve her skills. So one day I asked her for an app to help me learn, and she recommended this one, and I found it very interesting and good, and it's very easy to handle.
Perfect. Excellent.
I have a question for you. I
Okay.
heard that you already had your first experience as a virtual teacher. How have you been preparing for your pedagogical practice?
Okay, well, at the moment, I have been surfing on the internet for the best educational apps, but free, because some apps are paid. In addition, I have been reading some books about examples of good material for virtual environment. And finally, I have been participating in others' encounter with the UNAT teacher to take into account some ideas for my practice in virtual environment that I had chosen. Well, on the other hand, Andrés, I had heard that you participated in a contest, and I had been thinking about what are the documents presented for the contest.
Okay, Estefania. In the first phase, I had present a copy of my ID and study certificates. Then I bought a PIN, spelled PIN, so I could enter the contest. When I won the written text, I had to submit other documents such as work certificate, more study certificate, resident certificates, and other documents. It was a long process, really. Finally, the Secretary of Education of Caquetá sent me an email, and I started working as a teacher 1 year ago. So I listened the short history of Ellie, and I have a question for Ellie. Ellie, are many challenges faced by you?
Well, my answer is short. If I have many times where I have cry, I will say that I can't no stand more, but thank God I got overcome. Ask you, Natalia.
Okay,
Why have you wanted to travel and Argentina?
because my sister, my my little sister, is over here, and we haven't seen for 5 years. Okay, and I
Yes.
like uh, I like a beautiful. I like this country. All the reason is I like a beautiful. I like this country. I think uh, it's a beautiful culture. Okay, tell me, Loren, how long have you been learning English? Please?
Well, I have been learning English for 3 years, but I was learning and practicing alone, you know. It's a bit complicated if you don't have someone to practice with. So I had stagnated in my learning process until now I started to improve. And I have a question for Ellie. I heard that you got married, right?
Um,
How long had you dated your girlfriend before she became your wife?
and well, before marrying, I lived with her many times, and we also lived together until I thought this is woman. I want to lie always.
Ellie, how long have you been working in a construction?
Well, I have been working in the construction for 8 years in all kinds of areas, having roads and build house. Uh, Estefania, asking you,
Tell me.
what what had you to improve your pronunciation?
When I started with this career, my pronunciation had several shortcomings. During this time, I had improved with the help of videos that I had recorded for UNAT because in these videos, I had listened to each word that I didn't know how to pronounce. And then I had repeated until it sounded well. In addition, I had tried to imitate the pronunciation of some bloggers on YouTube who sound like a native speaker. Well, Natalie, I have a question for you. Why
Okay,
did not chosen by you to study another professional career?
okay, because I feel that my process as a teacher should learn in pedagogy, okay? And even while studying for a degree, I feel that my process must still continue, okay? I have a question for
Andrés,
Andrés, okay, for Andrés.
Loren,
Andrés, how long,
Andres,
Andrés, how long
Yes,
how long had you lived in Santa Marta?
okay. I have lived in Santa Marta for many years. I studied my primary school in this place. I think that for 12 years. So then I went to go to live in Pailita Cesar. And Lore, in your review, I listened, you said about the Tandem application. I have a question for you. How is the Tandem app structured?
well, Tandem is application like those of social interaction. In it, you can set messages, search for people. It has an option to translate message. And you can also get certificates of your English level, but you must pay for them. You can send audios and even make videos calls. It's very easy to use. And Natalia, I have a question for you. How is
Okay,
English taught by teachers to children with different conditions?
okay. I like board carrots. That's why I always try to complement them. For my work in pedagogy, I try to incorporate English, and I working in English to try incorporate a little pedagogy.
Okay, guys, your experience are awesome. Guys, thank you so much for attending this meeting. Really, we're happy to see you again. We want to congratulate you on your achievement in your life. Really, we know that you are efforting so much to achieve your goals. Good blessing.
okay,
God bless.
thank you. Bye bye,
Okay,
guys.
Bye.
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 See you.